Hello, this is Sirrano with the Dallas Pulse News, and we're here with...
Laura Collins. I'm the Deputy Director of Economic Growth at the George W. Bush Institute.
Okay, so today we had a discussion on immigration and trying to outline the positive side of immigration. We're going to put up some slides to show you that the contribution that immigrants have made towards the United States. There were some numbers put up on this panel today, but I think it's $5 billion immigrants have contributed. I'll give you the exact number when we air this. So tell me, what exactly were you hoping to present to the community today from your perspective?
Well, immigrants are a tool for economic growth, and they're positive contributors to our community and to our economy. And so it's really important that we continue to advocate for immigration reform that realizes that pro-growth strategy.
Okay, so there's a bad stigma going on in the country right now concerning immigrants, DACA, everything else that's going on, from I think predominantly white Americans. That's why they probably voted for for Donald Trump. So how do you answer something like that, which I didn't get an answer today?
Well, I think that fear drives a lot of the animosity towards immigrants. And so it's really important that the positive stories and the positive contributions of immigrants are part of the conversation. And I do believe we can change hearts and minds if we make sure that the positive stories are known. And they are overwhelmingly positive.
But if I'm a bodybuilder and I build my body really strong and I break a finger, all of my attention would be paid to that broken finger. So don't you think that Americans are watching the broken finger effect, so to speak, more than the entire body being built?
It's possible. Fear is irrational, and I think it's just really important that we continue to focus on the positive stories and the positive facts. And we do see polling across the nation that shows that Americans overwhelmingly support immigrants and immigration reform. And so it's really a matter of making sure we reach those very vocal few who aren't on board yet.
So we're a country of laws. Okay, the United States has specific laws that says if you qualify, if you're working for a business and the business qualifies you, you can by all means stay and work in the United States. So that's already in place. Of all the people that's working in the United States illegally and not contributing, or that's affiliated or associated with crime, that's affecting your positive view. So how do you deal with that?
Well, I think in any community there are always going to be bad actors. In terms of the undocumented community, we do know there are studies that show that they commit lower rates of crime than other groups. And so for them, what we really have, the reason we have an undocumented community is we have an immigration system that doesn't have enough capacity for people who want to come legally. People who are undocumented didn't want to be illegal. They wanted to have a legal pathway, and there just wasn't one available for them. But there was an opportunity to come and work. And so we need to focus on reforms that make it easier for people to have legal avenues to arrive in the U.S. so that we don't have an undocumented immigration problem anymore.
But we're a country of laws. So the people that's coming in here illegally knows that we're a country of laws and that they have to obey those laws. And that's causing an effect when they break those laws, and Americans are seeing that and giving a negative impact on the positive contributions. How do you deal with that?
I think that there is absolutely something to the rule of law and the tradition in the United States. We have a great legal system. But when a law and a system and a policy are not working, and that causes people to be compelled to break laws, then we need to reevaluate whether the law in place is the appropriate law.
So he mentioned something about the senator saying you can have your opinions and you can't have your own facts. You can also have your own sympathy, but you also cannot have your own laws. The laws that are in place. These were people who sat down for debate and made these laws. So should we just void your debates just because people want to break those laws and trump us with sensitivity, humanitarian, emotional appeal and stuff like that, empathy?
Well, I think that it's important to remember that the number system that we have in place for the number of immigrants who are allowed to come in, those were set decades ago. And our economy has changed dramatically since then. The size of our U.S. population has changed dramatically since then. And so those conversations at that time were valid. It's just that we need to have a new conversation to meet the realities of today.
Well, just remember, all the laws came from the Constitution. So based on the Constitution, if we can change the Constitution, that protects us, why should we change the other laws that also protects us?
We can change the Constitution. There is the ability to amend the Constitution, but the Constitution doesn't speak to immigration in terms of levels of people that we bring in.
Okay. Any final words?
Thank you so much for the opportunity.
All right, thank you very much, Sirrano Dallas Pulse News. Thanks for watching, and bye for now. My questions